Good morning, y'all. I realize I'm running a few minutes late, but it's been a kind of crazy couple of weeks with finals for school. So we're running a little bit late, and I didn't even have time to do the weekend weird file. So I'm going to do a little bit of that this morning, but I want to start off this morning by talking about a missing persons case that I found out about over the weekend. Now, the person that is missing, her name is Shanna Stuart. Her mom posted in a missing persons group that nobody has heard from her. Nobody has seen her, but if they do, to let her know ASAP. Now, like I said, the girl's name is Shanna Stuart. The mom says that her boyfriend says she got out of his truck at a red light at Leicester Highway and Sluter Branch Road in Leicester, North Carolina. Now, this happened over the weekend, and after she got out of the truck with the boyfriend, she hasn't been heard from since. Now, as far as a physical description, her mom told me last night that she's 5'4". She has this medium blonde hair, blue eyes, and she's about 100 pounds. So, y'all be helping look for her. And I'll get a picture out too on our social media of Shanna so you can have an idea of what she looks like. But anyway, y'all, so like I said, I didn't get to do an episode of the Weekend Weird Files, but this is what I'm just going to do for today because, like I said, I feel like I'm so ill prepared for any of this. But, I talked about the other day that we had adopted a new dog named Ariel. Well, Ariel's going in the morning for her heartworm treatment to get that started. So what I thought I'd do today is tell you Ariel's story. And let's get that started.
It's Monday, and that means it's time for a new episode of Mystery, Murder, and Magic. And here's your host, Andrea Lee, and sometimes Alex.
All right. Well, as y'all know, because I've mentioned it several times, both Alex and my daughter Courtney, they work in a veterinarian's office that's close to us. Now, a lot of animals come through the doors of the office every day, and every one of them, every single one, is special. Now, with it being a vet's office, the majority of those animals, they have these good, loving homes. But that's not always the case. There are a couple of days a week that I take Alex to work. So on those days that I drop him off, I have gotten into the habit of circling around the building to see the dogs in the kennel out back. I just kind of wave and say hi and look at all the cute little cuties out there. Well, about a month ago, I noticed this beautiful gray and white pit bull who had this enormous tumor that was literally hanging off of her chest. Well, since it's a vet office, I just assumed that she was there to have it removed. But each time that I would drop Alex off and circle the building, that sweet baby was still there with that tumor. And each time I saw her, my heart just grew more and more fond of her. And, you would think that even with that large tumor hanging off of her, she would be moody or whatever. But no, that tail was always wagging. Always had that pit bull smile on her face. But anyway, I asked Alex one day, I was like, so what's the deal with her? And he said he really wasn't sure. Now, they also provide boarding for pets, so I thought maybe your owners were away or something like that. But the days started turning into weeks, and my heart was really, really growing to love that dog. So I started asking more questions again. And my daughter told me that her owners had brought her in because of the tumor, but instead of wanting to have it removed, they wanted that little sweetie pie to be put to sleep. Well, the vets there, they said, no way. We can do something about this. We can remove it. We can fix this. Whatever. If the cost is an issue, we can work with you on that. But the owners were just adamant about it, saying they really didn't have time for her anymore, so just put her to sleep. Well, in the end, they ended up surrendering her, and the county's animal control people had to get involved. But when I found out that she had basically been dumped just because they didn't want her, I knew that she was my dog, okay? Now, I fall in love with about every dog I see, but there was just something so special. Now, I've been wanting a dog for a while, but I wasn't going to rush into it because, it's a big thing taking on a dog, and I didn't want just any dog just for the sake of having a dog. I know that I was waiting for Ariel. That was the dog I was waiting for. So I told Courtney that I really wanted Ariel, and she told me that I needed to talk with Holly over at the animal control. Well, that was on Easter weekend a couple weeks ago. So I sent Holly a Facebook message, and I told her that if she could call me when she got back to the office on Monday, it would be great because I was interested in bringing Ariel home with me. She didn't even wait until she got back into the office. She started messaging me on Facebook and talking about, me bringing her home. And she told me more than what Courtney had told me about the situation with Ariel. And she told me that the tumor they had removed from Ariel was actually cancer. And that sweetheart is heartworm positive. She went on to tell me that her original owner wanted her put to sleep, and they said they didn't have time for her anymore. Well, after they said that, wanted that dog put to sleep, they turned around and bought a puppy. I think they just didn't want an older dog. But guess what? That puppy's gonna age, and they'll probably do the same thing to it. Now, I have to admit it was disheartening, finding out that she had cancer and heartworms. That's enough to make a lot of people say, maybe this isn't a good idea. But then I thought about how she'd been dumped like garbage. And I was also thinking about how painful it is to lose a dear pet. By taking in an older pet in general, you just really don't know how much time you'll have with them. Well, really any pet in general. But then I thought about how Ariel deserved so much better. And she deserved love. So I told myself that I may only have a day with Ariel, or I may have 5 years with Ariel. But however long, she's going to be loved every single one of those days. Now, she's been home with us for just over a week now, and I know without a doubt that was the right decision. She is like the most amazing little girl. She's so well behaved. And in that week she's been here, she's literally barked maybe 3 or 4 times. And it wasn't these long barking spells. It was literally 3 barks. When she goes to sleep, she snores like a beast. But she's the last sweet face I see before I fall asleep. And she's the first and only kiss I get each morning. And she loves me. She really and truly loves me. I think she knows that I saved her, and in a way, she kind of saved me too. So, the kindness in her eyes, y'all, is just heart-melting. She looks up at you with those big, beautiful brown eyes, and it's just my heart just melts all over again. And she honestly loves the entire family. She can't wait for Nick and Alex to get up each morning. And my mom, who's not really a dog person so much as she is a cat person, she's quite smitten with her too. It's just a perfect little home we have. Not the house, but the home. So I just want to encourage y'all, if you're out looking for an animal to adopt or a pet to adopt the older ones. They're amazing. And so deserving of a loving home in their senior years. Now, the good news about Ariel having cancer is that all the margins from the cancer testing came back clean, and that means that they believe they've removed all the cancer. And like I said, in the morning she starts her heartworm treatment. But that's really all I've got for this morning's episode. I really hate I made it short, but you know what, y'all, my finals are over today, and I'll be back to doing better with the podcast, I promise. But y'all have a good day, and y'all thanks for giving me the opportunity to tell y'all about my little girl Ariel.